This is Jarrod Horak, and in this horse racing video, I will analyze the Grade 3 $200,000 Robert Lewis Stakes at Santa Anita Park on Saturday, February 1st. And this is a Kentucky Derby 2025 points race, and through 15 races on the Road to the Derby video series, my top choices have 4 wins, 2 runner-up finishes, and a show finish. Actually, 2 of my top choices have scratched out of this series, so I am officially 4 for 13 on the Road to the Derby. Now, I posted my Withers Stakes video yesterday. That is a Kentucky Derby points race. Another Derby points race I'm going to do a video for this week, the Holy Bull Stakes. I'm also going to be doing the Forward Gal and Las Virgenes. Both of those races are part of my Road to the Kentucky Oaks video series, and I am 7 for 13 on the Road to the Oaks. Now, this Saturday, February 1st, I am offering full card analysis for Robert Lewis Stakes Day at Santa Anita, also Holy Bull Stakes Day at Gulfstream. And I always include extensive analysis and wagering strategies for all races in my full cards. And I've been doing these full cards online for many years, since the 1990s. And you can purchase the Gulfstream and Santa Anita cards individually, or you can get a discount when you purchase them together as part of my new weekly Saturday special for $16. So go over to the runawayhorse.com and go to my sales page for more details if you're interested in those cards. And if you want to see past full card results, if you want to see how I do in these full cards, you can view those results at the runawayhorse.com on my Santa Anita page each week. Now, I had a big day on Saturday, January 25th at Santa Anita, and the full card highlights for that day on the screen now. And I did have multiple winners that day, including the $5 late double, $3 late pick 3, and then the late pick 4 and the late pick 5, and all of those wagers had nice payouts. So I always do include my full card highlights as part of my weekly Santa Anita Park reports at the runawayhorse.com on my Santa Anita Park page. And I posted the weekly report for January 23rd through 26th on Monday. So check that out if you're interested. And in the description in this video, I'll provide a link to my latest Santa Anita Park report. Now, the early weather forecast for Robert Lewis Stakes Day calls for mostly cloudy skies with a high temperature of 67. Now, the Robert Lewis has been around a long time, since 1935. It was formerly known as the Santa Catalina, and it was renamed the Robert Lewis Stakes in 2007, and it does award Kentucky Derby points to the top 5 finishers, 20 points for finishing first, 10 for second, 6 for third, 4 for fourth, and then 2 for finishing 5th. Now, trainer Bob Baffert, he's won this race a dozen times, and he's won the last 6 renewals. Nisos won it last year, and then prior to that, he won it with Newgate, Messier, Medina Spirit, Thousand Words, and Mucho Gusto. And he has all of the top contenders in this year's edition as well, so most likely he's going to win it again. Now, the last 22 races at 1 mile at Santa Anita, 7 front-running winners, and 19 of the 22 winners had early pressing speed, and they were less than a length behind at the second pace call. So this is definitely a speed-friendly distance at Santa Anita. Now we're going to meet the field for the 2025 Robert Lewis Stakes, and then I will give out my contenders from last to first. And the Robert Lewis Stakes 4th race, Saturday, February 1st, Grade 3, $200,000 Robert Lewis Stakes, 3-year-olds, 1 mile on the main track, scheduled post time 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll pull up the field now, and Madaket Road for trainer Bob Baffert will break from the inside post with Frankie Dettori aboard, and he's hoping for some pace help in this race. Citizen Bull, your 2-year-old champion for trainer Bob Baffert. He's one that exits back-to-back front-running wins in the American Pharoah and Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and he should be on the pace in this race under Martin Garcia, his regular rider. Rodriguez, another Baffert trainee, number 3. This is the son of Authentic, and for him, he romped in his maiden win when they stretched out last time out on January 4th. The next horse in line is number 4, Clock Tower, and he's going to switch surfaces for trainer Wesley Ward. He exits a victory in the Grade 3 Cecil B. DeMille Stakes, going wire-to-wire on turf at Del Mar, and then Valentine's Candy, a California-bred gelding, rounds out the field. He's 1 for 9. He broke his maiden a couple starts back. He was unplaced in a Cal-bred stakes race last time. And now we'll go last to first in the Robert Lewis. And the horse that I picked to finish last is Valentine's Candy. And this is a California-bred gelding, and he is facing open company for the first time in this race. Now, he broke his maiden in his 8th career start. That was a maiden claiming $50,000 dirt sprint at Los Alamitos Racecourse on December 8th. Now, that that day he was able to win nicely, but then last time out he dueled on the pace, and then he weakened to finish 8th in a 9-horse field in the King Gloria Stakes at 1 mile on December 15th. So looking at his speed ratings, he's too slow to compete with the top contenders in here, and this Calbred doesn't look classy enough to compete with this group. The horse that I picked to finish 4th is number 4, Clock Tower. Now he set the pace in all of his starts, all 5 starts for trainer Wesley Ward. Now in his first 2 starts on the main track, he hit the board in those races. And then he romped in a flat mile maiden special weight turf race at Kentucky Downs when he was the favorite in August. And then he finished 3rd on turf in the Grade 2 Bourbon Stakes at Keeneland in October. And then he shipped to Del Mar and he won the Grade 3 Cecil B. DeMille Stakes at 1 mile on turf on December 1st. And that was a slow early, fast late event. So he controlled the pace that day, and the runner-up was a next out maiden winner. Now this one, they paid $100,000 for this one. He's a not this time gelding, and I think he can impact the pace, but he does meet other horses with speed, the Baffert trainees, and he does need to run faster from start to finish if he expects to compete with this group. The horse that I picked to finish 3rd is your 2-year-old champion, Citizen Bull, and he's certainly capable of winning this race. There's no doubt about it. Now he pressed the pace and he scored in his dirt sprint debut at Del Mar last summer, and then the runner-up from that race was the next out winner. Now he rallied wide from an outer post, and he finished 3rd behind Gaming and McKinsey Street in the Grade 1 Del Mar Futurity at 7 furlongs second time out. And then when they stretched him out, that's when he started to pick up his game. So he raced over a route of ground in the Grade 1 American Pharaoh Stakes, and he controlled the pace that day. And he defeated his stablemate there, Getaway Car, by 2 lengths. That was a good effort. And then in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, the favorite that day was East Avenue from the inside post. And East Avenue was expected to set the pace, but then he ended up stumbling at the start, lost his best chance. So then Citizen Bull, he was just able to get out there in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, control the tempo, and he defeated his stablemate Gaming by a length and a half. Now, this one's trained by Bob Baffert, $675,000 Into Mischief colt. He has 3 bullet workouts for this, and his rider, Martin Garcia, 3 for 3 when he rides this one. So Citizen Bull should be up on the pace and logical low odds contender here. The horse that I picked to finish 2nd is the 1, Madaket Road. And this one did begin his career in the Grade 3 Bob Hope Stakes at 7 furlongs. So right off the bat, they put him in a stakes race, so they knew he was going to be a decent one. That race was in November, and he did rally to finish 2nd. Bullard won that one, going last to 1st in that 5-horse field, and Madaket Road rallied from 4th of 5 that day to finish a decent 2nd. So that was a good effort. The race shape was in his favor that day, and then Bullard did come back, and he finished 3rd in the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes. A bit of a disappointing effort. But for Madaket Road, he added blinkers. It was a maiden race at Santa Anita at 6 furlongs on December 26th, and he stalked the pace from the inside post, and he won that race by a half length. The show finisher that day was his stablemate, San Saba, and that one returned to break his maiden by a half length in a 6.5 furlong sprint at Santa Anita on January 25th. So they paid $650,000 for this quality road colt. He does get the services of Frankie Dettori in this race. And Bob Baffert has good stats with his recent maiden winners trying winners for the first time. And the horse I pick on top, yet another Bob Baffert trainee, number 3, Rodriguez. Now he did battle on the pace with his stablemate Romanesque, and he was clearly second best in his 6.5 furlong debut in November. Now Romanesque came back and he finished 2nd in the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes behind Barnes, another Bob Baffert trainee. And Barnes is one of the highly regarded Kentucky Derby contenders. He was the favorite in the last pool for the Kentucky Derby future wager. Now this one, they paid $485,000, authentic as the sire, and he added Lasix last time. And that day he stretched out, he got to the front, and he broke his maiden by 7 lengths. Now that was a 1-mile race at Santa Anita, maiden special weight on January 4th. Now Juan Hernandez did get acquainted with him last time out. That was the first time he rode him. And he is 45% with trainer Bob Baffert recently. Now, his 2 main pace rivals in this race, Citizen Bull, your 2-year-old champ, and then Clock Tower, switching surfaces. Both of those horses controlled the fractions through slow splits in their last victories. So for Citizen Bull, in back-to-back Grade 1 wins, he was able to get out there and control the pace. Clock Tower on turf last time controlled the pace. And as for Rodriguez, his fractions were much more legitimate in his maiden win on January 4th. But 4 of the 5 races on January 4th were won by frontrunners on the main track that day. And then the other main track winner on January 4th chased the pace from 3rd. So it was definitely a speed favoring track on January 4th, but Rodriguez really looked good and he ran fast, winning that race. He did have a solid workout in company with his stablemate Getaway car on January 26th, 5 furlongs and 59 and 3. So that was a good effort that day. And I think for Rodriguez, he's going to be up on the pace. I think he might be quicker than the others. I mentioned this is a speed-friendly distance. And if Rodriguez can get out there like he did in his maiden win and set the pace, he could be tough to catch. And Rodriguez will be my top choice in the Robert Lewis Stakes. And that will wrap up my look at the Robert Lewis. And if you want a free pick each day, go over to therunawayhorse.com and click on the Better Bets blog tab at the top of my homepage. I post free selections from around the country each day. I've had back-to-back winners, including a nice 5-to-1 winner at Fairgrounds on Monday. And don't forget to like, comment, and share these videos if you like them, and subscribe to my channel as well. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.